lit. Alright. What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be doing something so cool. You're gonna be the envy of all your friends. Basically what we're going to do today, if you read the thumbnail or not, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna be hacking Wi-Fi networks, Hollywood hacker style. So if you've ever seen Black Hat, yeah, all you have to do is shoot a movie and have this process running in the background, and you're gonna be, it's gonna be lit with 16 million T's. Oh my god, I hate that word. I mean, I hate it so much, but I use it all the time. Lit. Oh my god. Anyways, so there's gonna be a couple things you need. We're going to be using airodump-ng, so you have to get that from GitHub. We're also going to get aircrack-ng. We're going to be using that as well. And the process doesn't work. I forgot what it was. Was either start and the name of your network card. That's my card. But it doesn't work apparently. I don't know why. So what I do is I just open ghost-phisher, which is an application you can also get on GitHub, and I just refresh the card list and I set it to monitor. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because in order to actually capture another Wi-Fi network's packets, we need to set this on monitor mode so that it can do a good job of doing that. So let's get right to it. Okay, so just open up ghost-phisher, refresh the card list, and find your wireless network card. It's usually WLAN. I have a weird network card right here, WLP2SO, and S0, excuse me. And just select that. It'll select that automatically and set that to monitor, and then you can just leave ghost-phisher on the side. That's all we're going to be doing with that. And open up a root terminal. Just open up a terminal and go sudo su. That's pretty much it. You can do this on Ubuntu as well. Works better on Kali because Kali Linux has all these tools already in it. But I'm using Ubuntu, and so yeah, just open up our root terminal, and first thing we have to do is we have to find the network that we're going to be using or detecting packets on. And for this case, hold on. Let's show that command again. Crap. I'm very bad at teaching things. Okay, so we're going to be using airodump-ng right now, and well, basically what this is going to do is it's going to scan the networks and capture a certain file called the CAP file that has packets, and in those packets will be bits and pieces of the password for the specific Wi-Fi network. So just put that into the terminal and put that in as the tool. And then after you do that, put in your network card and make sure to add an MON at the end, meaning that it's a monitored card, that you're monitoring stuff on it, and then just press enter, and it'll open up this nice thing, and you'll have a nice prompt of different Wi-Fi networks. Now you can stop it right here, because after you find the one that you want, you can just press Ctrl+C and it stops the process. Right here, this is my network, DDB892, and you can just see right here, this is the ESSID. This is the thing that you see when you want to connect to it. So we have to pay very close attention right here to the channel number, meaning where the data is being transmitted. So channel 6, don't get lost. And power just means signal strength, the lower the better. And right here, this is the BSSID. We need to copy this. Alright, and now we have to monitor the devices on this network. So we can just put airodump BSSID, the thing we just copied. Make sure to put in the channel number, and the channel number being 6, and then of course your network card. So after you do that, just press enter, and it'll start monitoring. And these things right here, this is the router, and this is all the what was it, all the devices connected. So I have my phone on me right now. There's a more complicated way of doing this, but for testing purposes, like it's pretty simple, really. All I have to do is pay attention right here where it has the date and time right here. All I have to do is I'm just gonna disconnect from the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to connect to it, and it should, yeah, right there, WPA handshake. Control C. Have that saved. This right here, we have a handshake file. Now, I don't think we put in a name for this CAP file. No, we didn't. Okay, so we had to put a name for the CAP file, and that was supposed to be somewhere around here, but since we didn't, it didn't capture it, so we have to do that again. But yeah, the actual command for this would have been, and then after the channel number would be /w, and then the name of the file. So I'm just going to put 71617, and it'll go enter again. So I'm just going to do what I just did right now. And I'm going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi again. And there we go. Okay. And now if we check LS, we have 7161701 at that. Okay. Good. Now that we have the cap file, then this is the file that has all the passwords exchanged through it. All we have to do now is we have to crack the password because it is encrypted, and if we actually access it, it's not going to let us to. So in order to do this, we have to crack the Wi-Fi password, and this is where aircrack-ng comes in. And before you do this, actually, you have to download word lists. I have 2 word lists right here: rocku.txt, which has 6 million passwords in it, and wordlist.txt, which has 1.1 million passwords in it. If you want to waste all your time but get really good results, try and get as many passwords as you can from a word list. You can download them from anywhere, honestly. Just search up wordlist.txt and you'll find a ton. If you just want a really quick decipher, then just use standard 1.1 million. That's the lowest I could find. Or you can just make a random txt file and just put random characters in it. I don't know. Works the same? Probably. I haven't done that, but I should try that. Anyways, so aircrack-ng, and first thing we're going to have to be putting in is actually the name of the word list file. So /w, and then wordlist.txt. Keep in mind, I'm doing this all in the same exact directory. The directory I'm using is cali-sf. I try to keep everything in the same directory, all my CAP files, everything. I try to keep them time-stamped and everything. Just because I don't want to put things on my desktop and then put some stuff in my download folder. It'll be a mess, so I try to keep everything organized. After you put in the word list file, put in the BSSID. Make sure that it's the BSSID of the router, not of the device, because I had some complaints about that. So aircrack-ng, and then finally you have to put in the word list file, which is 71617/01.cap, and then I'm just full screen this. After you do this, I think just press enter, but there are other options where you can put before this. Before the word list file, you can actually go back and put in /c, where I'm typing right now. It would be next to the word list argument. So the /c would basically just only check through alphanumeric, meaning Alphanumeric is just numbers, pretty much. Yeah, just numbers, only numbers. If you know for sure that the password is only going to be numbers, or there's other options too where you can personalize this. There's also a WPA2, which is another form of wireless encryption. They have options for that too, where you have capital S and then test the speed of it. It's really damn cool. So we're just going to press enter. And right now, it's going through all the possible passwords. It's essentially a brute force attack. And it's going through all the passwords, and it tells you right here it takes around 10 minutes, 29 seconds to do it. It's just going through all the passwords. And I know the actual password. It's my Wi-Fi. And I'll let you guys know if it actually does get it. You know, it's a pretty easy password. I try to make it as common as possible. But yeah, so I'll just cut this part out, and we'll come back to when the password is actually here. Alright, YouTube. So, as you can see here, the process has actually finished. Unfortunately, it stopped at 76.85% because it realized that the password is not in the dictionary, and I knew this from the start. If we can actually check our directories, we can actually see in CaliSF the wordless file that I use is not very extensive. It's only 10.4 megabytes, and it has a lot of passwords here, but it's only 1.1 million. It's not a lot in terms of password cracking capabilities. Most of the dictionaries just cover alphabetical things, and by the time it gets all the way to the end, it's still nowhere close to the actual password, because the actual password doesn't even contain any letters, words, or anything like that. It's all just numbers. Though, in comparison, if I were to use rocku.txt, which has so many passwords that you'll see in a moment, it can't even load all of them. But it has more of the generic passwords like 123456, 123455, 1234567889, and it has a mixture of numerical and alphabetical passwords. So I'm certain that most likely my my password would be in this dictionary. I haven't checked all of them because this has 6 million passwords inside of it. Though, of course, this isn't a foolproof method. Brute forcing attacks it's like throwing dynamite at a door in order to open it. You're not always going to get the desired result. So yeah, this is how you hack Wi-Fi passwords. At the end, if this were correct, all I would have to do is copy paste this into my network thing and then connect to that Wi-Fi network. Unfortunately, this is wrong. We can actually check this by if we turn off Monstart, we can actually close ghost-phisher. Yeah. And oh shoot, I can't turn off Monstart. Nope. Okay. But yeah, if I were to connect to this without that, it wouldn't let me do that. The actual one it's not this. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and have a super craft, agile, XP, outdoors, stay.